Back in 2021, the city of Winterset, Iowa, was struck by a violent EF4 tornado. Unfortunately, that same sort of scenario is occurring again today. The town of Winterset, Iowa is surrounded by strong tornadoes. There's a tornado south of Winterset right now that is throwing a ton of debris into the atmosphere. It's kind of dying out here, and it actually looks like the tornado has lifted, luckily, but for a while it was pretty intense. But that's not all. We have another tornado far southwest of Winterset here that has also recently become pretty strong. And in fact, if you take a look at that correlation coefficient drop, you can see that this is definitely a very strong and potentially even a destructive tornado that we currently have on the ground. Alright, that black in there means that it is lifting up some very heavy pieces of debris. Alright, so this area has already gotten just battered by tornadoes today, if you're not aware. If you don't know, we have had several tornado emergencies today. This has been the most violent outbreak of 2024, and unfortunately, it's still ongoing. We still have 3 confirmed tornadoes right now. We've also got one here near Mount Eyre, alright? This one, it's not quite as impressive as it was earlier, but there may still be some debris in the atmosphere. This was a Weather Spotters confirmed tornado. We do not have any PDS tornadoes right now. Definitely not any tornado emergencies right now like we had earlier, but it honestly would not surprise me if we saw 1 or 2 more strong tornadoes tonight, and this east of Creston here is not good, especially considering this area has already gotten slammed by massive tornadoes today. They just cannot catch a break, huh? I mean, this is definitely a strong tornado. That is a pretty big debris ball there on the correlation coefficient. Once again, you see it kind of matches up with that little velocity couplet there. So this, again, is possibly still a strong tornado on the ground. If you are included in this tornado warning, seek shelter immediately, or any of the tornado warnings that we have right now. This is going to be moving towards the Monette area, as well as to the north of Afton in Iowa. So take cover immediately in those areas, as well as Winterset. If you're in Winterset, you should be in shelter. There is a tornado that was on the ground moments ago to the south of you. We could see actually a few more scans ago, the debris ball was much scarier, and it was almost looking like a Winterset 2.0 was going to play out here, but luckily nothing like that actually happened, and it's looking like it's not going to. If you don't know already, like I said in the intro, Winterset, Iowa was struck by a violent tornado back in 2021. So we definitely don't want to see them deal with that again, and luckily it's looking like they're not going to have to. We did just get a new tornado warning issued for portions of Martinsdale, Spring Hill, as well as Churchville and Cumming in Iowa here, so seek shelter immediately. That is just to the southwest of the Des Moines metro there, alright? We do have a cluster of strong to severe storms across parts of Texas as well. None of these are really tornadic at the minute. There's a little bit of rotation associated with this one near Omaha. And then we've also got some storms up in Arkansas as well that are producing some strong to severe storms up there. Storms are not producing strong to severe storms. Poor choice of wording. But they're producing some damaging winds there that will knock out power for a pretty significant amount of people. And it looks like we may have even a little bit of rotation there north of Mount Vernon, Arkansas. So look out for that. Alright, we do have a few more tornado watches that do remain in effect here throughout the nighttime hours, and in fact, we are actually going to get a new Storm Prediction Center update in about 3 minutes at the 8 p.m. hour here, okay, so let's see if that has actually come out early here. Let's go ahead and check the SPC websites. That has not come out early, but we do have a relatively new mesoscale. The primary area of concern, all right, highlighted by the National Weather Service between now and 9 p.m. Central, about between now and the next hour, is this area here, all right? This kind of goes for parts of Des Moines, and Ankeny, I believe that is there, and portions of the I-35 corridor there. There is the greatest tornado threat for you, and you did just get a new tornado warning. That's an extension for this one near Mount Eyre. That means the tornado has lifted because it is now down to radar indicated, or at least there's no confirmed reports of the tornado anymore, but that goes all the way out to Osceola, so even as far out as Osceola, please be respecting the polygon and taking cover, because that could easily recycle. Again, I am very concerned about our tornado back here towards the Afton area, off to the northwest of Afton. Is this a new report, or is this from one of our other ones that we've had today? This is the new one. No, this is a different one. This is new. I just saw that pop up. This was 4 minutes ago. Large tornado near Afton, moving northeast. Debris field reported with damage. So, we might even see a PDS tornado out of this, you guys. I'm kind of numb to PDS tornadoes at this point since we've had so many, not only PDS tornadoes, but also tornado emergencies today. They don't feel like they're anything special anymore, but those are rare, all right? It's not very often that we get those. We haven't had a tornado emergency since, early December last year, and now we've had, 4 in one day. It's been crazy. I am going to pull up Stream Chat here, so if anybody has any questions about the location, leave those down below, or feel free to anyway. I would actually like to point out, there's a comment on my Storm Chaser tournament. I forgot I was doing that. I'm doing a Storm Chaser tournament on my community tab if anybody's interested in that. But anyway, hello there, Mr. Storm. And Michael Reagan. Or Regain. John White got some good footage in Iowa. Can you call at the end of your stream? Yes, I can. Yep, I will call you as soon as I'm done. Again, this is a pretty concerning tornado right now off to the northwest of Afton, Iowa. This is currently throwing debris into the atmosphere several thousand feet up. It's also rotating very well. So there's some strong evidence to support that there's a tornado on the ground there. And also, this is a broadcast media confirmed tornado as well. So that's definitely a tornado on the ground there. While we're here, we could actually talk about tomorrow's event. I know today has been crazy, but guys, tomorrow could be even more potent, okay? For pretty much the same exact area, we're going to have another 10% hatch tornado risk. This one's going to be even bigger, okay, for portions of the Great Plains here, extending all the way from parts of Texas back into Iowa. That's where the greatest tornado threat lies. We did just get a new report of our tornado here. Tornado near Word of Life Church. This is actually the one south of Winterset, so as of 2 minutes ago, this one was still on the ground. So we may actually still have a tornado on the ground here, south of Winterset. So please do be taking cover. Either that, or they were able to see the Afton tornado from that far away. That's unlikely, though, at this time of night. I don't know. But, yeah. Tomorrow's threat. All right. If you're in the orange, that's the greatest area of concern for tornadoes. But the yellow, which, by the way, goes from border to border here. It goes from Texas all the way back into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's your 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather. And then your marginal risk, even outside of that. You saw photos of houses swept off foundations by that last tornado. I'm confident EF4+, I might even say a EF5 is in the realm of possibilities now. You'll have to explain which one you're talking about. Are you talking about the Blair one, or the other emergency one, or a different one entirely? Because we've had so many today, I can't even tell at this point. Yeah, you'll have to let me know which one you're talking about. I've not had time to look at damage photos. Literally after the last stream, I left to go to the gym, and I have not had any time since. As soon as I got home, I immediately clicked the go live button again, and here we are. So again, guys, this is a strong tornado on the ground right now north of Afton, Iowa. You should be seeking shelter immediately. It is lofting quite a bit of atmosphere or debris into the atmosphere. Emergency management confirmed tornado at 7:58 p.m. Union County Emergency Management reported a tornado crossing 170th and Palomino Road. The strongest one today, I think it was the first wedge. Yeah, if you're talking about the first tornado emergency one, it would honestly not surprise me if it was EF4. I don't know about EF5, but EF4 is definitely possible. Would not surprise me. While we're kind of sitting here, I'm going to actually research a more active, I'm going to research some of the damage from today. The number one trending on X is Elkhorn, Nebraska, the big tornado. And then the fourth trending is take cover now. So, that is just devastating to see, honestly. That is just really sad, honestly. Wow, incredible videos of this thing. The Elkhorn one, it doesn't even look real. Some videos of it look legitimately fake because of how insane they are. That was just crazy, guys. I still can't believe that. What is this? That little green shade there. Does anybody know what that is? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. What is that? I really don't know. But yeah, there's some crazy videos today. Wow. Man, one of the wedges went so close to Omaha. The northeast Omaha one. This was a PDS one. This was not a tornado emergency one, but wow. Yeah, it's really sad, though, to see that two of the top trends on X right now are about the massive tornadoes today. Minden flood thing, I think. New SPC update. Let's check that. New SPC update. All right, came out 5 minutes ago. We're sticking with the enhanced risk of severe weather. We're sticking with the 10% hatch risk even, actually. But it is now condensed to a very small sliver of southwest Iowa. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up on your screen here. So the city of Des Moines and that little area there inside of that yellow blob, you have the greatest strong tornado potential for the rest of the night. In addition, some large to very large hail will also be likely. A video on X shows a mile-wide tornado. Wow. Yeah, Minden, Iowa did take a direct hit. Yeah, it's just terrible to see, honestly. So let's go back to our tornado on the ground here north of Afton. Again, this is not a PDS tornado, but this is a confirmed tornado. Did you see Freddy's footage? He was right under it. No, I've not gotten a chance to look at that yet. Again, I'm going to watch all of those tonight because I'm sure there were some insane videos. Okay, so it's looking like our debris ball is kind of down to just, a little bit of debris. So hopefully that's a sign of this tornado lifting, but you should still be staying in your safe place because there is still debris in the atmosphere, and it could also recycle. No moderate risk tomorrow. Yeah, they haven't done another outlook for tomorrow yet. I will say NATOcast, if you don't know what NATOcast is, basically an AI version of the SPC is the best way to describe it. NATOcast is a forecasting tool powered by AI that predicts the tornado threat in the same way that the SPC does. So we could actually look at their forecast for tomorrow, which this is going to scare some people. All right, but just remember, don't be scared, be prepared. This is what the tornado graph looks like, all right? So if you're familiar with the SPC tornado outlook, you'll recognize a lot of this, all right? And you'll also know that that little pink area there in central Oklahoma is not good. That means that we have if this was an SPC outlook, this would bring a high risk of severe weather driven by a tornado threat. Now, that is not SPC. Remember, that is NATOcast. AI thinks that the greatest tornado threat, the greatest strong tornado threat, will lie in central Oklahoma, where if you're in that pink area, you have a 30% chance to see a tornado in your town, and if you are in the pink area as well, you're going to have a 10% chance at least to see a strong tornado in your town. Now, that's probably a little aggressive, but NATOcast is surprisingly accurate sometimes. I can't even speak. So comparing that to the SPC's tornado outlook for tomorrow, they're painting an enhanced risk driven by tornadoes. Now, so was NATOcast. They're painting the enhanced risk for almost the exact same area the SPC is, just didn't go quite as far up into Nebraska with the hatched risk, but the high risk and even the moderate risk are not there with the SPC. So we'll have to wait till tomorrow morning to see if they're gonna throw on that 15% hatch tornado risk or not. I don't know, guys. NATOcast overdoes it a lot, though. Yeah, NATOcast does overdo it sometimes, but again, sometimes they are surprisingly accurate. Sometimes they get things that even the SPC doesn't. Okay, by the way, this is a life-threatening situation. This has been updated to a storm warned for large apple-sized hail. Take cover immediately. You should already be in your shelter because this is also a tornado warning, but in addition to that, we have large apple-sized hail falling. Also, very concerning rotation north of Beaconsfield. We may have a tornado on the ground. But also, the reflectivity, it may be hail interference. Alright, our tornado near Winterset has officially lifted. You remember that double high risk day? Yep, I do too. That was the day I got into weather. It also looks like our storm that was north of Afton, looks like the tornado associated with that has lifted, but stay in your safe place, it could recycle. Now I'm most concerned about our rotation here north of Beaconsfield, because it is very concerning, and it's going to be hard to tell if there's a tornado because of the hail interference with the correlation coefficient. So I don't know. We may have to get some actual reports of this tornado for the National Weather Service to upgrade this warning. I know this looks like tornado debris, especially whenever we match it up with the velocity couplet, if you know how to read the correlation coefficient, but a lot of that is actually hail, alright? It's going to be pretty impressive hail-wise because this is a storm, again, producing large apple-sized hail. So you should be taking cover immediately anyway, but yeah. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a possible tornado on the ground north of Beaconsfield, Iowa. If this is on the ground, it could be strong. The correlation coefficient doesn't quite match up with the velocities, though, so I don't know. And they were scanned at almost the exact same time, so you think they'd match up a little better. I don't know. We may have a tornado on the ground there. We'll have to see if we get any reports once again. If we do have a tornado on the ground there, that's bad because that is heading directly for a very populated city up here in West Iowa of Osceola, or Southern Iowa rather, not Western. By the way, we just got a new tornado warning. Wow, that was an aggressive sound. This is a radar-indicated threat, but if you're on this tornado warning, you should be taking cover. This includes Winterset, so Winterset, unfortunately, you're, well, once again, under a tornado warning now. Seek shelter immediately, all the way up to Cumming. I feel like we already had this. I don't know. I think what happened was... condensed, and now they've issued a new warning for this area. I don't know. Southwest side of Des Moines, you guys are the big area of concern right now. Like, southwest of Des Moines. Yeah, I don't like the look of that north of Beaconsfield. That's either very large hail or tornado debris. Either way, not good. Looks like we have a little bit of a hail spike trying to form, which indicates very large hail because the radar cannot penetrate through the amount of hail, so it glitches out and creates that spike that we call a hail spike. Let's go back down here to our storms in Texas. We did actually only have a few tornadoes today in Texas. The China Springs, Texas tornado, though, was big, and it was damaging. I believe it was all just one tornado, actually, that just stayed on the ground for quite a while. No, there's no way, because that would have been over an hour that it was on the ground. Right, it looks like that SBC update did finally come in. So, this is our SBC outlook for today. Hello, Board Nest Gaming. Again, yellow area there. That is your greatest concern for strong, damaging tornadoes for the rest of the night. On the move now. Where are you moving to? And it's kind of interesting. We do have a couple of pockets of higher tornado probabilities here across parts of the Arklatex area, or Arklatex area. New severe thunderstorm warning that is going to go out towards Augusta, Arkansas. This is for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds and nickel-sized hail. Definitely quite a bit of damaging wind action associated with that storm there. But yeah, parts of Arkansas and Texas, the Texarkana area, you may have a slightly elevated tornado risk. I'm not moving for real. No, I bet, but I meant like where, like what area are you moving? never mind. I know you're not, like, moving, but, like, where are you moving to? Okay, never mind. I just don't make any sense today, huh? You're on a trip to Florida? Nice. I kind of want to be in Florida right now, I'm going to be honest. I really do. I'm a little jealous. Can I join your live, Davis? Give me just a few more minutes here, and I think I'm actually about to end off, and then I'll call you when I'm done, because right now, I don't think we have any tornadoes, so I'll just end off and call you in a couple of minutes. Pensacola? Pensacola? I have never been to Pensacola. I've been to Orlando. I've been to St. Augustine. St. Augustine, they got hit by a big tornado this month. It was a wedge, but it was EF1, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I've been to Orlando a couple times. I've been to Disney World. Been to St. Augustine a couple of times. But yeah, I've never been to the Panhandle. I have never been to Alabama. I don't even think I've ever driven through Alabama for anything. Maybe I have. I don't know. I don't think I did. I may have driven through there very briefly on my way to Florida once, but I don't think I did. Alright. So back to our tornado warning coverage. Again, we do have 4 tornado warnings in effect right now. You're in Coleman, Alabama. Hope you have a safe travel. I don't think you should get, any sort of severe weather on your trip in Florida. So that's nice. We're watching Sunday pretty closely as well. You're in New York, out there in Long Island. Yeah, I forgot Airborne's in Alabama too. Yeah, you guys are both from the Huntsville area, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we are watching Sunday for somewhat of a severe threat. It's not going to be anything crazy like today was, but we do have a slight risk of severe weather in place for Sunday, which is already enough to trigger a live stream from me. So I will be live at least once or twice on Sunday covering severe weather, damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. And the probabilistic map currently is not showing any sort of hatched risk for severe weather, so that's good. It's looking like Sunday's going to be a lower threat. It is still going to be a pretty large area that is under the gun, though, just in general. Again, there's no tornadoes on the ground right now. I know this warning still has the observe tag on it, but this is not on the ground anymore, for sure. So you are going to want to stay in shelter for a few more minutes until that warning expires, though, because that could recycle. These storms are going to be sweeping through the southern Des Moines metro pretty soon. So next in line, areas like Indianola, all right, you're going to be next. You haven't really gotten that much today, if I remember correctly, but you are on the cusp of this tornado warning. If you're in northwest Indianola, you are under that tornado warning, so please do be taking shelter. So This warning expires in 12 minutes. This expires in 27 minutes, 26 minutes, 26 minutes. So I think I am going to end off the stream here, everybody, since we don't have any ongoing tornadoes. We do have a cluster of flash flooding up in northeast Texas. We haven't done this at all today yet, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end off the live stream by taking a look around the country. Current conditions. Let's do this. So, right now, northwest Iowa. Alright, you're getting severe weather in the southern portion of the state, but right now in northwest Iowa, it's pretty nice out. You got some rain out there. It's pretty overcast, but severe weather-wise, it's nothing crazy. It's just going to be kind of a dreary day. See ya, Boardness. Just kind of a dreary day out there today. You guys had southeast Kansas. You guys got in on the severe weather there in Burlington, but now it's kind of calming down. Norman, Oklahoma, same thing with you guys. You guys had a severe weather threat for today, if I remember correctly, but now you're kind of chilling out here. We'll take a look at central Texas and Killeen. Western Long Island, we'll do Western Long Island, even though there's not a cyclone port out there. Killeen, Texas, it's warm. It's been relatively nice. A little bit on the stormier side, though. You guys got some of those severe storms. But outside of that, it's been decent. Western Long Island for Mr. Storm. There's no cyclone port out here, so I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's check the temperatures. What have you been getting today, Mr. Storm? Let's check this out. Ooh, you're sitting in the high 40s. That sounds pretty nasty, but it's probably been warmer than that for most of the day there, if I had to guess. And, I mean, you haven't had any storm threat, so I'm assuming it was a relatively nice day out there in Western Long Island. Let's take a look at northeast Arkansas. Pretty nice. Did just get a new tornado warning, by the way. Alright. The city of Des Moines, you are now under a tornado warning. Seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor possible of a building, away from windows. This is a radar-indicated tornado threat. There's no confirmed tornado, but one could spin up at any second. And just as I was ending off, man, this looks to be relatively intense here. We're going to watch this little burst of rotation. This could just be a little microburst and not really do anything, or it could be a big-time tornado. So we'll watch this really quickly. So again, city of Des Moines, your phone may just went off with the emergency alert. You are under the gun. You need to be getting to your safe spot. You need to be taking shelter now and taking this seriously. This is a tornado warning now. Just as I was ending off, that was literally the last one I was going to do, is northeast Arkansas. Just as I was ending off, here we go. Again, you never know with these little pockets of rotation that just kind of develop in a scenario like this. They could do some big-time tornadoes, potentially. Or, again, they might do nothing. We really don't know. But what I do see is this storm does have its act together a little bit there. I think if a tornado does drop with this, it's going to be on the smaller side. I don't think we're going to be seeing any widespread violent tornado with this or anything. By the way, new mesoscale discussion is in effect. This was 8 minutes ago. Until 10:15 p.m., the severe threat continues in Weather Watch 143 for portions of Arkansas and Texas. Areas of greatest wind hail threat in the short term are going to be the Little Rock area to the northeast, and then the other cluster of storms that we have in northeast Texas that is severe. So those are our current severe storms, and then that general area is going to have a chance for severe storms. So back to our severe weather setup here, tornado potential. Again, the city of Des Moines, we are asking everybody to take cover immediately. Hopefully the tornado sirens are blaring there. Hopefully nobody went to bed early and missed this. And we got a tornado trying to spin up here all of a sudden. And we should get a new velocity update any minute now. There we go. Yep, it's still trying to rotate. Again, it's not that impressive. I think if anything, this is going to be a brief little rope tornado. It's not going to be like some massive wedge, but... And